The Uber pulls away from the curb just as I lose my grip on the third wine crate. It hits the frozen sidewalk with a crack that makes my teeth hurt. Nana Rose's house glows warm behind me, every window a rectangle of golden light against the November darkness, but out here the wind cuts through my coat like it has a personal grudge. I squat down, checking the bottles. None broken, thank God. Each one cost more than I've paid myself in the last month. Mia, darling, why are you taking a ride share? I look up. Nana Rose stands in the doorway, wrapped in cream cashmere that probably costs more than my monthly studio rent. Her expression is confused, almost concerned, and that concern punches something loose in my chest. Where is the Volvo V60 wagon I bought you? She steps onto the porch, frowning at the taillights disappearing down Maple Avenue. You need that trunk for your paper deliveries. Paper deliveries. She always calls them that, like I'm some kid with a bicycle route instead of the owner of the Allen Suite, a business that just landed a $25,000 contract with a senator's daughter. But the affection in her voice makes my throat tight anyway. I open my mouth, close it. The truth sits right there, ready to spill out. Oh, mother. Kayla needed the wagon for her sorority's big little reveal week. My mother's voice floats through the open door, before I can form words. She appears behind Nana Rose, holding a wine glass that catches the porch light. Chardonnay, probably her third. Her smile is effortless, practiced, the same smile she uses at church fundraisers. She has so many gift baskets to transport. Mom tilts her head at me, still smiling. Mia doesn't use it that much anyway. The cold knot in my stomach has nothing to do with the November wind. She's lying. The words freeze in my throat. I stand there on the bottom step, holding a crate of wine that cost $200, and the truth just sits there between us like something dead. Kayla doesn't need the car for sorority baskets. Kayla needed the car because she wanted it, because she asked Mom, because Mom said yes without asking me, just like always. 3 weeks. That's how long I've been bleeding money on rental vans and last-minute courier services. 3 weeks of watching my profit margin on the Vance contract shrink, while I scramble to deliver samples and proofs across the city without my commercial vehicle. 3 days ago, I stood in the rain outside the Vance estate while a courier was 40 minutes late. 40 minutes that cost me $50 for a ruined envelope sample. I called Dad from my car afterward, shaking so hard I could barely hold the phone. Just let Kayla have the car for now, Mia. His voice was barely a whisper, like Mom might hear him through the walls. Mom is on a tear. Don't make it harder on me. Don't make it harder on him. I'm the one hauling paper crates in the freezing cold because my sister wanted better speakers for her Thursday night bar crawls, but I'm supposed to worry about making things harder for Dad. Come inside, sweetheart. Nana Rose's hand is on my shoulder now. You'll catch your death out here. I bend down, grip the crate handles. My fingers are numb. The other 2 crates sit by the door, full of wine and hostess gifts I bought with money I should have spent on new portfolio samples. Money I don't have because I've been paying strangers to do deliveries that should cost me nothing but gas. Mom holds the door open, still smiling that perfect smile. Let me help you with those. She doesn't move, just stands there, wine glass in hand, waiting for me to carry everything inside myself. I pick up the first crate. It's heavier than it should be, or maybe I'm just tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of being the daughter who doesn't make waves, who doesn't cause problems, who carries her own weight and everyone else's too. Thank you for bringing such lovely wine, Mia. Mom's voice is warm as I pass her in the doorway. You always think of everything. The house smells like roasted turkey and cinnamon. Voices drift from the living room where the rest of the family has already gathered. Kayla's laugh, bright and careless, cuts through the other sounds. I set the crate down in the entryway. Go back for the second one. Then the third. Nobody offers to help. They never do. When I finally step inside and close the door behind me, the warmth of the house hits my frozen face. I should feel relief. I should feel grateful to be here, surrounded by family on Thanksgiving. Instead, I feel the weight of that lie settling over everything, like fresh snow covering a crack in the foundation. Pretty on the surface, but the damage is still there underneath. Mom has already disappeared into the kitchen. Nana Rose watches me from the hallway, something unreadable in her expression. I force my face into a smile and carry the wine toward the kitchen, leaving wet footprints on the hardwood floor. Dinner drags on like something wounded. I push turkey around my plate, while Kayla's empty chair mocks me from across the table. Dad keeps checking his watch. Mom refills her wine glass for the 4th time. She texted she's running late. Mom says to no one in particular. Traffic. Traffic. On Thanksgiving evening. Sure. I cut into my sweet potato casserole and taste nothing. The Volvo sits in the driveway right now, probably still warm from wherever Kayla drove it. Probably still reeking of her coconut body spray and whatever energy drink she spilled this week. The doorbell rings at 7:30. An hour and a half late. Finally. Dad pushes back from the table, relief washing over his face like she's done him some personal favor by showing up. I hear her voice before I see her. Bright, careless, laughing about something with Dad in the entryway. Oh my God, the sound system in that car is insane. I had it cranked the whole way here. My fork stops halfway to my mouth. She breezes into the dining room still wearing her Alpha Delta Pi sweatshirt, phone in one hand, car keys dangling from the other. My car keys. She drops them on the sideboard without looking at me. Sorry I'm late. Had to pick up some stuff for the reveal baskets. She slides into her chair, reaches for the mashed potatoes. Mia, you should really use that aux cord more. The bass is incredible. I set my fork down carefully. Very carefully. Because my hands want to do something else entirely. How was the drive? Nana Rose's voice cuts through the sudden tension. She's watching Kayla with an expression I can't quite read. Great. Oh, but I need to get that decal off the back window. It's kinda big. My stomach drops. What decal? The words come out flat. Kayla waves her hand dismissively. Just our sorority letters. We all got them for the house. It's pink. It's cute. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. She stuck a sorority decal on the back of my commercial vehicle. The vehicle I use to meet clients. The vehicle that has my business name printed on the side doors. Kayla. Mom's voice has an edge now. You were supposed to take that off before coming here. I forgot. I'll do it tomorrow. Kayla spoons gravy over her turkey. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Nothing is ever a big deal when it's not her business bleeding money. Not her reputation on the line. Not her vehicle that looks like it belongs to a college student instead of a professional designer. I excuse myself before dessert. Nobody notices except Nana Rose, whose gaze follows me out of the dining room. The guest room is cold. I left my laptop on the bed this morning, and now I open it with shaking hands. QuickBooks loads slowly, each second stretching like taffy. I navigate to the American Express Gold card. My business card. The one I added Mom to 3 years ago as an authorized user. Just for emergencies. Just in case. I filter the transactions by user. The list loads. My breath catches. Sephora. $150. Coded as office supplies. From 2 weeks ago. Delta Airlines. $800. A flight to Phoenix I didn't take. From last month. Row after row of charges I didn't make. Restaurants, bars, a boutique downtown. $600 at some place called The District that I've never heard of. Every single one coded as a business expense. Office supplies, client entertainment, professional development, tax fraud. The words float through my head like they belong to someone else's nightmare. This isn't borrowing. This isn't even stealing. This is corporate embezzlement with my signature on the tax returns. If the IRS audits me, I could go to prison. Not her. Me. Because my name is on the business. My name is on the card. My social security number is on every form. The door opens without a knock. Mia. Dad's voice is soft. Careful. The voice he uses when he's about to ask me to swallow something sharp. Your mom wanted me to check on you. I don't close the laptop. I let him see the screen. Let him see the numbers adding up to thousands of dollars I didn't spend. His face does something complicated. Guilt and resignation fighting each other for territory. Mia, please. He sits on the edge of the bed like the mattress might collapse under the weight of what he's about to say. Your mom promised to pay it back later. She's going through a rough time right now. A rough time. That's what we're calling fraud now. Do it for me? His eyes are pleading. If you cause a scene tonight, you'll kill the mood. It's Thanksgiving. There it is. The same request he's been making my entire life. Don't make waves. Don't upset Mom. Don't make it harder on me. I look at him. Really? Look at him. At the tired lines around his eyes, the gray in his hair that wasn't there 5 years ago. He's 53 years old and still tiptoeing around his wife like she's a bomb that might detonate. Dad. My voice sounds strange, distant. She could send me to prison. Don't be dramatic. But he won't meet my eyes. Just talk to her tomorrow, after everyone's gone home. Please, Mia. For me. He leaves without waiting for an answer because he already knows I'll cave. I always cave. The laptop screen blurs. I blink hard, refusing to let the tears come. I could go downstairs. I could rejoin the table, smile through pumpkin pie, pretend everything is fine. I could protect Dad from Mom's mood, protect Kayla from consequences, protect everyone except myself. My phone buzzes. A text from Olivia Vance's assistant, confirming Monday's proof delivery. $25,000 riding on this contract. My entire future riding on this contract. I close the laptop, pick it up, walk out of the guest room. The back porch is empty except for Nana Rose, who stands by the railing with a thin cigarette. I've never seen her smoke before. The cherry glows red in the darkness. I didn't know you smoked, I say. Only on holidays, she says, though I suspect dealing with her daughter counts as a holiday in its own twisted way. She doesn't look at me, when my daughter is particularly unbearable. I almost laugh. It comes out more like a cough. I open the laptop, turn the screen toward her. Watch her face as she scrolls through the transactions, her expression hardening with each swipe. When she finally looks up, I'm expecting her to reach for her checkbook, to fix it like she fixed the car, like she fixes everything. Instead, she closes the laptop with a soft click. We have the numbers, she says quietly, but we need the intent. We need to prove she knows she's stealing. She takes a long drag from the cigarette. We need a trap. The word trap sits between us like a live thing. I'm cold. I'm angry. I'm so tired of being the good daughter who gets crushed under everyone else's weight. But for the first time tonight, I'm not alone. Tell me what to do, I say. Nana Rose smiles. It's not a warm smile. It's the smile of a woman who just found a worthy opponent in a game my mother doesn't even know she's playing. First, she says, we let her think she's won. The coffee maker gurgles like it's drowning. I stand at the kitchen counter, watching dark liquid drip into the carafe, and try to remember how to breathe normally. Black Friday morning light slants through the bay window, cold and gray, turning everything in Nana Rose's kitchen the color of old nickels. Behind me, footsteps. I know that rhythm. Mom's house slippers on tile, the ones with memory foam she bought at Nordstrom for $70 and charged to my American Express gold card as office supplies. Mia, honey, you're up early. I don't turn around. My hands grip the counter edge. Couldn't sleep. Oh, sweetie. She moves beside me, reaches for a mug from the cabinet. Her perfume is too strong this early, something floral that makes my sinuses ache. You work too hard. You should take more time off, like your sister. My jaw clenches. Kayla doesn't work at all, but I don't say that. I never say that. Mom pours herself coffee, adds cream from the fridge. She's wearing the cashmere robe Dad bought her for their anniversary. Pale pink, spotless. She hasn't spilled anything on herself in years because she never carries anything heavy, never hauls crates, never gets her hands dirty. Actually, I wanted to talk to you about something. She leans against the counter, cradling her mug with both hands like we're having a cozy mother-daughter chat. You know your cousin Madison's wedding is coming up, end of December, up in Vermont. I know. I got the invitation 3 months ago, back when I thought I'd have money for a hotel room. The family decided to rent this gorgeous Airbnb for the week. Right on the mountain, ski in, ski out access. She takes a sip, watching me over the rim. It's $2,000 for the deposit, and I need you to unlock your Amex limit this morning so I can book it before someone else grabs it. The coffee maker stops gurgling. Silence fills the kitchen, thick and suffocating. $2,000. My mouth opens. Mom, I can't just... Can't? Her voice sharpens. Or won't? The card is maxed out. The words come fast, defensive. I have vendor payments due next week, and I need to keep some available credit for... Mia. She sets her mug down harder than necessary. This is family. Madison is getting married. Do you really want to be the one who ruins our accommodation plans because you're being stingy with a credit card? Stingy. The word lands like a slap. I'm not being stingy. I'm trying to run a business. My voice shakes. I hate that it shakes. You've already charged $800 to Delta, $600 at those bars downtown. Which I told you I'd pay back. She crosses her arms. God, Mia, when did you become so obsessed with money? We're talking about your cousin's wedding. Footsteps on the stairs. Kayla appears in the doorway, phone in hand, hair perfect despite it being 7 in the morning. She's wearing my old Northwestern sweatshirt, the one that went missing from my apartment 6 months ago. Oh good, you're both here. Kayla walks to the fridge, opens it without looking at either of us. So, I made this TikTok draft last night. Want to see it? She doesn't wait for an answer, just holds up her phone. The video shows her in my Volvo V60 wagon, doing some kind of makeup transition. The caption reads, "When your sister won't let you borrow her car but your mom knows what family is really about. Sorority life. Family first. Support your siblings." My chest goes tight. That's not even accurate, I say. You've had the car for 3 weeks. It's a joke, Mia. God. Kayla rolls her eyes. But if you're going to be weird about the Airbnb thing, I might post it. People should know how you treat your own family. The threat hangs there. Public humiliation, wrapped in a joke that isn't a joke at all. Extended family will see it. Cousins, aunts, uncles. They'll see her version first, and her version will be the truth that matters. Mom picks up her coffee again. After all we sacrificed to help you start that little business, you're going to be stingy over a vacation rental? Do you know how many times we could have said no when you needed money? My throat closes. The kitchen feels smaller, walls pressing in. This is the part where I usually fold. Where I apologize, where I unlock the credit limit, where I make myself smaller so everyone else can breathe easier. But something stops me. Nana Rose's voice from last night echoes in my head. We need to prove she knows she's stealing. We need a trap. This is the trap. Right here. Mom cornering me. Kayla holding social media over my head like a knife. They're showing me exactly what they think of my boundaries, my business, my worth. I don't need their approval. I need their admission. My hands unclench from the counter. I straighten up, meet Mom's eyes. She's waiting for the apology, the capitulation. I can see it in the set of her mouth, the way she's already relaxing into victory. I need to think about it, I say. Mom blinks. What? I said I need to think about it. My voice comes out steadier now. It's a big purchase. I need to check my cash flow projections. Kayla laughs, sharp and mean. Cash flow projections? It's $2,000, Mia, not a down payment on a house. For my business, it's a significant amount. I turn toward the doorway. I'll let you know by tonight. I don't run. I walk. Slow, measured steps past Kayla, past the breakfast nook where Dad will appear in 20 minutes, pretending he didn't hear this entire conversation through the ceiling. Behind me, Mom's voice. Mia Allen, don't you walk away from me when I'm talking to you. I keep walking. Up the stairs, down the hall, into the guest room where my laptop still sits open on the bed. QuickBooks spreadsheet glowing in the gray morning light. The door clicks shut. My hands are shaking again, but different this time. Not fear. Not quite. I sit on the bed, pull the laptop onto my knees. Through the window, I can see Nana Rose in the garden below, wrapped in her wool coat, cigarette smoke curling up into the cold air. She turns, looks up at my window. Our eyes meet. She nods. Barely perceptible, just a slight tilt of her chin. I exhale, long and slow. They think I'm weak. They think, I need to think about it, means I'm wavering, that they've almost won, that a few more pushes will crack me completely. They don't know I'm not retreating. I'm positioning. My phone buzzes. Text from Mom. We need an answer by noon. The Airbnb won't wait. I don't respond. Just set the phone face down on the nightstand and open a new document on my laptop. The morning light grows stronger, less gray. Somewhere downstairs, Kayla's laugh rings out. Dad's voice joins the conversation, probably smoothing things over, probably telling Mom to give me space, probably making everything worse by making it easier. But up here, in this room, I'm writing down exactly what was said, word for word, time-stamped, documented. They want me to think about it? I'm thinking about it. Just not the way they expect. I wait an hour. Long enough for them to think I've sulked in the guest room like I always do. Long enough for Mom to refill her wine glass and settle into that smug satisfaction she gets when she thinks she's won. My hands shake as I stand at the guest room mirror. Not from fear, from the effort of keeping everything locked down when all I want to do is scream. The reflection staring back at me looks exhausted, defeated. Perfect. I practice the slump in my shoulders one more time. The way my voice should crack just slightly, like I'm trying not to cry. Nana Rose's words from this afternoon echo in my head. We need her to confess in writing. We need her to believe she's untouchable. The hallway is quiet when I step out. I can hear them in the living room. Kayla's laugh, Mom's voice, lower now, probably complaining about me to Dad. The usual soundtrack of my life. I pause at the top of the stairs. My phone sits heavy in my pocket, already set to save screenshots automatically. Everything has to look natural, submissive, like the Mia they expect. When I walk into the living room, I make sure my footsteps are soft, apologetic. Mom looks up from the couch where she sits with Kayla. Dad's in his recliner, newspaper open but not reading it. They all turn to look at me, and I can see it in their faces. That wary alertness, waiting to see which Mia I'll be, the difficult one or the doormat. I give them the doormat. Mom, my voice comes out exactly right. Tired, a little shaky. I'm sorry. Kayla's eyebrows go up. Mom sets down her wine glass slowly, like she's afraid sudden movements might spook me back into resistance. I've been really stressed about work. I continue, looking at the carpet instead of at her. The Vance contract has me all twisted up. You're right. I'm being ridiculous about the Airbnb. The silence stretches just long enough. Then Mom's face softens into that smile. The one that used to make me feel warm inside when I was little. Now it just makes my stomach hurt. Oh, sweetheart. She stands, crosses to me. Her hand on my arm feels like a brand. I know how hard you've been working. We all do. Dad folds his newspaper, relief washing over his features. Crisis averted, peace maintained, his whole world back in balance. I'll authorize the charge, I say. Each word costs something, not because I mean them, but because I know what comes next and it makes me want to throw up. Just tell me the total. Mom pulls me into a hug that smells like Chardonnay and expensive perfume. Over her shoulder, I see Kayla exchange a glance with Dad. Triumphant. They've broken me again. Put me back in my place. Good. $2,000 for the Airbnb, Mom says, releasing me. She's already reaching for her phone, probably to book it before I change my mind. I'll send you the confirmation. I nod, force my shoulders to stay slumped. Okay. See? Dad's voice has that proud edge now. I knew you'd be reasonable, Mia. Family takes care of each other. Family takes care of each other. The words sit in my mouth like ash. Mom settles back onto the couch, her whole body language different now. Relaxed, confident. She's already won, so what's one more ask? Actually, since you're being so understanding. She glances at Kayla, then back at me. Kayla also needs $1,500 for her spring sorority dues. They're due by Monday, or she gets a late fee. My heart stops, then starts again, faster. This is it, the moment Nana Rose predicted. The overreach. Kayla nods eagerly, leaning forward. It's not my fault. They sent the email like 2 weeks ago, but I've been so busy with exams I forgot to mention it. Too busy to mention $1,500. Too busy while driving my car to bars and ruining my portfolio samples. I make myself wait. Count to 3. Let the silence build just enough that they think I might push back. Okay. The word comes out small, defeated. I can do that. Mom's smile widens. She thinks she's got me now. Thinks I've crumbled completely. But I hesitate, like I'm afraid to even bring it up. My accountant has been really on my back about audits. Can you just text me exactly what that $1,500 is for? I need to code it as training expenses, or something, so I don't get in trouble with the IRS. It's brilliant because it sounds so reasonable, so careful, like I'm trying to protect myself from the accountant, not from them. Mom doesn't even pause. Of course, honey, that's very responsible of you. She pulls out her phone immediately. No hesitation, no suspicion, just that absolute confidence that she's entitled to my money, that this is how things work. My phone buzzes in my pocket 30 seconds later. I pull it out, hands steady now. The text fills the screen. Stop worrying. Yes, take the $1,500 for Kayla's sorority dues. It's family money anyway. Just send it. Family money anyway. There it is. Black and white. Her own words admitting she doesn't think of my business account as mine at all. Just family money. Just something she's entitled to spend. I read it twice. Screenshot already saved automatically to 3 different folders. Got it, I say softly. I look up at Mom, force my face into something like relief. Thank you for understanding about the coding. Of course, she waves a hand. We don't want you getting audited. That would be a nightmare. The irony would be funny if it didn't make me want to scream. I pull up the American Express app while they watch, process the charge right there in front of them. $1,500 for Kayla's sorority dues, coded as miscellaneous business expense. Done, I tell Kayla. It'll post in a few minutes. She actually squeals, jumps up and hugs me, her perfume overwhelming. Thank you, thank you. You're the best sister ever. The best sister ever. The one she treats like an ATM machine. Well, I'm glad that's all settled. Dad stands, stretching. Who wants pie? Just like that. Crisis resolved. Family harmony restored. They move toward the kitchen like nothing happened, like they didn't just hand me enough evidence to destroy them. Mom pauses at the doorway, looks back at me. Coming, sweetie? In a minute. I gesture to my phone. I need to email my accountant real quick. Let him know I coded the expenses. Always so responsible. She smiles one more time, then disappears into the kitchen with the others. I stand alone in the living room, phone gripped so tight my knuckles are white. The text message stares up at me. It's family money anyway, not anymore. Later, in the guest room with the door locked, I open my laptop. My hands don't shake now. They're perfectly steady as I forward the screenshot to Nana Rose. Her reply comes back in less than a minute. Perfect. Monday morning. My attorney's office. I read it 3 times. Then I look at the text from Mom still open on my phone. That casual, arrogant admission, the absolute certainty that she's untouchable. For the first time in 3 weeks, I smile. Not the fake, exhausted smile I've been wearing like armor. A real one. They think they broke me. They think I surrendered. They have no idea what's coming Monday morning. I open a draft reply to Mom. Thank you for being so understanding about everything. I really appreciate you. My finger hovers over the send button. Then I delete it. Every word. She doesn't deserve my gratitude. Not even fake gratitude. I close the laptop and lie back on the bed, phone dark beside me. Downstairs, I can hear their voices, laughing, celebrating. Already spending money that isn't theirs. Let them celebrate. Let them think they won. Monday is only 3 days away. The call comes at 9:30 Monday morning while I'm reviewing proof sheets for an anniversary dinner client. Mom's name flashes on my screen, and for half a second I consider letting it go to voicemail. But that would tip my hand too early. Mia. Her voice has that edge I know too well. Irritation wrapped in forced patience. My card was declined at Whole Foods. I'm standing here with a full cart, and the cashier is staring at me like I'm some kind of deadbeat. I set down my loop. Keep my voice neutral. Meet me at the studio. What? Mia, just fix whatever mistake you made with the account. I have groceries that need to be refrigerated. The studio. 1 hour. I hang up before she can argue. My hands are steady as I pull up the contact for Nana Rose's attorney. He answers on the second ring, and I can hear the smile in his voice when I tell him it's time. 50 minutes later, I watch through the studio's front window as Mom's Mercedes pulls into the lot. Right behind her, my Volvo V60 bumps over the curb, parking crookedly next to the Mercedes. Kayla is at the wheel. Of course she is. They hunt in pairs, and apparently, she couldn't even be bothered to ride with Mom when she had my gas tank to burn. The conference room looks different today, more formal. Nana Rose sits at the head of the table in a steel gray suit that probably cost more than Kayla's entire wardrobe. The attorney, Marcus Barrett, has his briefcase open beside him, documents already arranged in neat stacks. I take the chair at Nana Rose's right hand. My pulse is hammering, but my face feels cold, distant, like I'm watching someone else's life unfold. Mom's heels click sharp against the tile floor. The studio door opens and she strides in, Kayla trailing behind with her phone out. They both stop dead when they see the setup. What is this? Mom's eyes dart from Nana Rose to the attorney to me. Mia, I don't have time for one of your dramatic little productions. Just fix the card. Sit down, Brenda. Nana Rose's voice could freeze water. Something in her tone makes Mom obey. She lowers herself into the chair across from me, movements stiff. Kayla sits too, finally looking up from her phone. I slide the printed packet across the polished wood. It lands in front of Mom with a soft thump. QuickBooks fraud report. Every unauthorized transaction highlighted in yellow. 15 pages of theft. Coded and categorized. What am I looking at? Mom's fingers hover over the pages like they might bite. Evidence. I pull out my phone, tap twice, and a screenshot fills the conference room's wall-mounted screen. Her text message from Thanksgiving weekend, blown up so large every word looks like an accusation. Stop worrying. Yes, take the $1,500 for Kayla's sorority dues. It's family money anyway. Just send it. Kayla's face goes white. Mom stares at the screen, and I watch her brain work, trying to find the angle that makes this okay. That's taken out of context. Her voice has lost its edge. Now she just sounds uncertain. We were having a family conversation. There's no context that makes embezzlement legal. Marcus's tone is professionally pleasant, which somehow makes it worse. He opens a folder, pulling out another document. Mrs. Allen, as an authorized user on your daughter's business credit card, you had permission to make purchases for company expenses only. This report shows over $8,000 in personal charges over the last 6 months. Personal? Mom's laugh sounds brittle. Mia, tell him. We're family, we share resources. That's what families do. The Sephora charge. Marcus doesn't look up from his notes. $150, coded as office supplies. What office supplies did you purchase at Sephora, Mrs. Allen? Silence. The Delta Airlines flight to Phoenix. $800. What business purpose did that serve? Mom's jaw tightens. I needed to visit my college roommate. She was going through a difficult time. And the $600 at various downtown bars? Charges made by your younger daughter. Marcus slides another page across the table. Those were categorized as client entertainment, but we have time-stamped Instagram stories and TikToks uploaded by Miss Kayla Allen at those exact times. She tagged the locations herself while your older daughter was at home working on the Vance contract. Kayla makes a small noise. I don't look at her. This is ridiculous. Mom's voice rises. Mia, you're going to let them talk to me like this? After everything we've done for you? We helped you start that little business. You mean the business you've been systematically robbing? The words come out colder than I intended. The business that could land me in federal prison because you claimed personal expenses as tax deductions? Her face goes slack. She hadn't thought about that part. Of course she hadn't. The IRS takes a very dim view of fraudulent business deductions. Marcus's voice stays level. If they audit Miss Allen's books and find these discrepancies, she could face charges. But you, Mrs. Allen, would face something much worse. He pauses, lets that sink in. Your text message constitutes written admission of intent. You acknowledged the money belonged to your daughter's business and took it anyway. That's not borrowing. That's embezzlement. A federal crime. Mom's mouth opens, closes. She looks at me, really looks at me, for the first time since she walked in. I see her searching for the daughter who always fixed things, who always smoothed over problems, who carried wine crates alone in the freezing cold rather than make a scene. That daughter is gone. This is absurd. But her voice wavers. Mia, tell them. Tell them I was going to pay it back. Were you? I keep my eyes on hers. When? With what money? Nana Rose clears her throat. That brings us to the second matter. She nods at Marcus, who produces another document. Brenda, I've activated the Generation Skipping Trust. Your father established before he passed. Mom's face goes from white to gray. What? $4.2 million, currently held in trust. It was set to distribute to you upon my death. Nana Rose's expression doesn't change. I've amended the terms. The funds now bypass you entirely and flow directly into a protected trust for Mia. The room goes silent, except for Kayla's ragged breathing. You can't do that. Mom's voice cracks. That money is mine. No, Brenda. It was never yours. It was my husband's, placed in my care to distribute as I see fit. Nana Rose leans forward. You used money to control your daughter. So I'm using money to free her. Mom looks at me again. This time I see panic. Real, raw panic. Her entire future, the inheritance she'd been counting on to maintain the lifestyle Dad's salary can barely support, gone. My phone buzzes against the table. Dad's name flashes on the screen. Then again, and again. Fix this, Mia. Think of the family. Your mother is crying. How can you do this to her? Please. She made a mistake. We all make mistakes. I silence the phone without reading the rest. I'm not your bank anymore. The words come out steady. Clear. I'm the CEO. Get out of my office. Mom stands slowly, like her bones hurt. Kayla scrambles up beside her, mascara streaking down her face. She reaches for her purse, and I see the Volvo keys on the table where she'd set them when she sat down. I pick them up. The metal is cold against my palm. These stay with me. I pull the American Express card from my wallet, take the scissors Marcus hands me. The plastic resists for a moment, then splits with a clean snap. I drop both pieces on the table between us. Marcus slides a final document across. You're removed as an authorized user, effective immediately. If you attempt to contact Miss Allen about financial matters, we have a restraining order prepared for filing. Mom's face crumples, but this time there's no manipulation in it, just defeat. She turns and walks out, Kayla stumbling after her. The door closes. The sound of Mom's Mercedes starting and driving away fades into silence. Nana Rose's hand settles on my shoulder, warm and solid. You did the right thing. Your grandfather would be proud. I exhale for what feels like the first time in weeks. The knot in my chest loosens, just a little. Through the window, I can see clear sky. The Volvo sits in the lot, waiting. Mine again. The studio is quiet in the way I've always imagined peace should sound. No phones ringing with demands disguised as emergencies. No footsteps approaching my desk with new requests attached to guilt. Just the soft rustle of tissue paper as I fold the last of the Vance invitation suites into their cream boxes. 3 weeks since that Monday morning in the conference room. 3 weeks since I cut that Amex card in half and watched my mother walk out without the power she'd always held over me. The Vance invitations are perfect. Hand-painted watercolor washes in sage and ivory. Calligraphy that took me 2 days to get exactly right. Olivia called yesterday, her voice bright with the kind of excitement that makes this work worth every hour. The senator's daughter doesn't throw around compliments, but she did yesterday, said her mother cried when she saw the final proofs. $25,000, paid in full. In my account, not bleeding out through unauthorized charges to Sephora or Delta Airlines. I tape the last box closed and carry the stack toward the door. My arms are strong enough now that I don't have to make 2 trips. Strong enough that I don't need to ask anyone for help. The parking lot is empty, except for my Volvo V60. It gleams under the afternoon sun, the rear windshield clear and unmarked. Took me an hour with a razor blade and rubbing alcohol to remove that pink sorority decal. The glass is so clean now I can see straight through to the back seat, where my actual portfolio samples sit protected in their leather case. No sticky Red Bull residue. No evidence that anyone ever treated this vehicle like their personal property. I load the boxes into the trunk, the space organized exactly how I need it. Client samples on the left, shipping supplies on the right, emergency kit in the back corner. This is my car, my business, my carefully built life. My phone buzzes in my pocket. I pull it out, see Kayla's name on the screen. A text message, probably another request for money dressed up as a sister asking a favor. The old Mia would have opened it immediately. Would have read every word, analyzing the request, calculating whether I could afford it, wondering if refusing would make me the villain in some family story I wasn't even part of anymore. The new Mia swipes left and deletes the thread without reading a single word. No guilt, no second guessing. Just gone. I slip the phone back into my pocket and breathe. The air is cold enough to see my breath, but it doesn't bite the way it did that Thanksgiving night when I stood on Nana Rose's porch holding wine crates nobody offered to help carry. Tonight I'm having dinner with Nana Rose again. We do that now, every Wednesday. She told me last week that watching me walk into that conference room with evidence instead of apologies was the proudest she'd ever been of anyone. She gave me a gift at our last dinner. A frame holding the first dollar bill the Allen suite ever earned. From your labor, she said. Not theirs. I built this. They tried to take it. I kept it. The drive home takes 15 minutes. I keep the windows cracked despite the cold, letting the winter air fill the car. There's a young woman I met last week at a networking event. Said she wants to start her own calligraphy business, but her family keeps asking to be involved. Keeps suggesting they could help manage the money, handle the books, just until she gets established. I gave her the only advice that mattered. Keep your business legally separate from day one. Love doesn't require access to your accounts. She wrote it down in her phone like I'd handed her something sacred. Maybe I had. The light ahead turns red. I stop and rest my hands on the steering wheel, feeling the worn leather under my palms. This car has carried hundreds of pounds of paper, countless client samples, the whole weight of my business on its wheels. And it's still mine. My phone buzzes again. This time it's a call. Robert's name fills the screen. Dad. I watch his name flash on the screen once. Twice. Then I press the side button and send it to voicemail. Don't even glance at the notification when it appears 30 seconds later. The light turns green. I press the accelerator and drive forward. Windows still down. Cold air still rushing in. The smile on my face isn't the polite people-pleasing mask I wore for 24 years. It's something real. Something I earned. Something nobody can take away.